you!
What's up, everybody? This is the Fame City Podcast. I am P.S. Rocket. I'm here with...
Worth HTX, baby.
Not nearly as cool without his name on his shirt, but we're going to give him a pass on that. And by the way, if you're listening on a pair of headphones, I'm in your right ear and Worth is in your left ear because we don't know how to figure out the audio to get it coming out of both. So I'll be joining you from your right ear. Worth will be joining you from your left ear. Bringing up the sponsor, of course, PFK Productions, always putting on a great setup here, and they got our drinks ready for us, always coming through in the clutch like they always do. Man, let's get these things cracking right now, okay?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Ooh, I love it.
Oh, they hit the spot.
Yeah, I needed that too. So it's Monday, folks. Okay, sorry, we're recording this on a Monday. I think the first time we've ever recorded on a Monday.
Yeah.
So we're gonna need a little extra tonight, but we had to get this in because
breaking news.
Breaking DC. I want to say I don't want to screw this up. What was the DC event? They call it the DC. I'm already screwing this up.
The DC Con. If you throw con on the back of anything, then that fits.
DC Con, sorry. Yeah. We're Marvel guys, clearly. So DC had its big, and Marvel does the same thing. I think it's their Disney D23 or whatever, where they release all their movies and stuff like that. So DC had their version of it this past weekend. Stellar job, actually. I don't know it's coming, but when it actually gets there, it's pretty exciting when it actually does. Because I'm like, they don't really build up per se, or at least I'm not in the chain where I can see that it's built up. But they announced a lot of movies on there. The very first one I want to talk about, the big one, I want to say they ended it with this one, is we got The Batman.
The Batman.
And you got to say that very clear because there's Batman movie, there's Batman Begins, there's Dark Knight, there's 1,000 different Batman movies. This one is The Batman. So that's how they're going to differentiate, which I have a hard time saying that word. So
put some respect on my name.
Yes, The Batman coming out, and we got a release date on that too. I was pretty excited about that. We got March 4th, 2022. It's still a ways away. Which, by the way, side note, I see here on the list you printed for me, it says The Batman, Black Adam, and The Flash all coming out in 2022. Throwing that out there, there's no way in hell that's going to happen. They will not have all three of those movies come out in the same year. If they were Marvel, maybe. But DC, there's no shot they will not have in 22. One of them is getting delayed. But
one of them says in production. So
yes. There's no... Yeah, Flash is still in production.
Done, so
I'm not buying that's... Even if you stick it to the end of the year, I'm not buying it. So we have the Batman release. Now, we had their... arguably one of the most killer trailers of all time was that first one that I remember when I showed you that.
Yeah.
And the music with it, and it's ominous and it's dark, and the teaser was incredible. So I think they one up themselves with this most recent one.
Yeah, they did.
This one was meaty as hell. This one was like good 2 minutes or so. Showed a lot more Batman in costume. We got some good shots of the Riddler, not seeing his face yet. We got Penguin saying some lines. We got Catwoman. We're all over the place on it. So this is the trailer that is like, okay, the movie is now wrapped production. We have the footage that we need, and we're ready to do this. So I was pumped. When did you see it this weekend? I don't know if you caught it when it first got released. Because tell you what, when I first saw it, my first reaction, that's what I did.
No, man, I was on YouTube.
Yeah,
I was actually going through some of our videos, just kind of checking them out, and you got those.
Those are great videos. You ought to check those out. Fame City Podcast. Yeah. Check them out.
But I was on YouTube, man, and I came across it, and then when I started watching it, I said, "Oh man!"
Yeah.
Especially that one scene where they were shooting at each other. It was completely dark, and it was just like
so
their suits were blocking it, or what they were wearing. Some type of.
That was the big moment right there.
That was
like
dope,
that was the shot that's going to get all the attention, and that was the one most people are going to talk about. And also, and I will bring this up, that one is also going to be one of the more divisive things because. I'll say this, Batman purist, and I'm not either or. I'm not a fanboy. I'm not a purist. I'm not whatever. It's like I'm a fan of Batman. I'll leave it like that. But Batman purists will say that's never been Batman's approach in a fight, in a battle.
Yeah.
He doesn't just take AK bullets to the keep walking forward. That's a Superman thing to do. That's a Wonder Woman thing to do. He doesn't do that. He's stealthy. He approaches things differently. So a purist would say that's not a very good representation of Batman. But Fame City Podcast would say it was a pretty badass shot.
It was a badass shot, regardless of how they feel.
Yeah.
But I mean, this was the beginning. This is Batman in his origins almost,
yes,
right?
This is a very young version of Batman, and it's actually a young version of pretty much every one of these characters, which I thought is really cool. So this is the beginnings of Riddler, beginnings of Penguin. This is kind of like the uprising of all of them. So it's kind of like a growing process for all of them. So I like that. They're all kind of on the same level. But this is the Batman emerging and being that Dark Knight, that protector of Gotham City.
Like a really, really better version of Teen Titans.
Yes. Significantly better.
Absolutely, to the max.
I remember a long time ago on our former podcast, we had a gentleman, a formidable gentleman, that just absolutely despised the idea of Robert Pattinson as Bruce Wayne, Batman. It was crazy. And we actually teased him about it because he gets so worked up because he hated, they got the Twilight guy. They got the vampire that shines in the light. They got him playing Batman. They totally messed it up. Damn, I think they got it pretty dead on with him.
Yeah,
I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. I think he's excellent. I got to see his performance as Bruce Wayne. I think that has so much to do with Batman is how you handle Bruce Wayne. So I'm giving Robert Pattinson I think his Batman look, his Batman voice is not over the top like it was with Christian Bale.
Oh, yeah.
Like just groggily, like you just swallowed pebbles. Like,
do you have a restroom? Like, bro, you don't even got the mask on. The restroom's right there, dude.
I hated that part about the Christian Bale Batman. It was like, because it was so forced. It didn't sound like, at least when they finally get his audio, it doesn't sound as forced, but it sounds brooding enough. It sounds intimidating enough. It works.
Well, I thought he was a bit small as far as his physique.
Yeah, his frame. Yeah.
But after watching the trailer and seeing what he's doing and stuff, it all fits right in, man. I really do like it. I haven't been excited for a movie in a while. And this trailer got me a bit excited.
No, I'm pumped. I think this is great. Now, I'm also taking it with a grain of salt. DC has screwed us over on trailers. Suicide Squad. But I will say, given what we've seen so far, I'm completely enthralled, impressed. It was solid. Everything about the trailer, just the tone of the whole trailer, everything with the rainfall and the red, they're really hammering this red overtone with the movie.
Yeah.
I just love that. I love that art style that they're going with. I think it's going to be it's lining up perfectly. I absolutely love it.
Everything is at night. Everything's shot at night. You know what I mean? And
so I'll give it a pass on this one. If they want to have fights at night, I'll give them a pass on this. They could make this work. This isn't Venom-esque, but they could make this work.
Like you said, this movie's more dark.
Yes, absolutely. I think this might be one of the darkest iterations of Batman that they do. And we talked about this before we start recording. So it is based on the comics. It's the Year One comics, which I'm not familiar with. But the Long Halloween, I am familiar with. I do have that. And then the Ego, which I've never even heard of. That was a 2000 release of it. So this is going back to their darker versions of Batman. I don't know who wrote those, but that's what they're more based off, which is a good idea. I think that's a great direction for it. Got a pretty good lineup of actors too. I mean, this is a pretty solid. So we got Robert Pattinson. I'm gonna get that right. I'm sorry. So he's playing Bruce Wayne, Batman. We got Zoe Kravitz playing Selena Kyle, Catwoman. I'm okay with her. You know what? She was in. Hold on, I gotta look this up because I don't want to screw this up. I want to say she was in an X-Men movie, wasn't she? She was in. Hold on.
Oh, she had those wings that those dragonfly
was that
wings.
her? I don't want to screw this up because I want to say that was her.
I think that looked
X-Men First Class.
Yeah.
She was Angel Salvador, and I don't think she was in any other one. So there you go. She was in an X-Men movie. Now she's in a Batman movie. Way to go, Zoe. You're making the rounds.
That's not the only person in this cast that was a Marvel movie and now went over to DC.
Yes, we have Andy Serkis playing Alfred Pennyworth. I forgot his name. Who did he play? Ulysses Claw. I'm sorry. Ulysses Claw played him. He was in a couple movies, okay? So he wasn't a throwaway character. He was a legit comic character. He was in Age of Ultron, and then they brought him back for Black Panther. Ended up killing him in Black Panther. So he wasn't a throwaway, but he's now made the jump. He's going to be... I think he's an okay Alfred. I think Alfred really works with Any old white guy. If you're an old English white guy, you can play Alfred just like that. Piece of cake.
Oh yeah. A little bit of gray hair, you'll fit right in.
Yeah, you're set. We got Jeffrey Wright as James Gordon. Jeffrey Wright actually was in the most recent James Bond movie. He's coming up. He's actually getting a lot of roles. I really actually like Jeffrey Wright. I'm okay with that. That's their interpretation of James Gordon. I'm okay with that. So we got the villains. So this is what I wanted to get to. So when I'll start with the Penguin. So Penguin is being played by Colin Farrell. When that first teaser got released and they showed the Penguin, you could not even tell that was Colin Farrell. The makeup was so heavy and so well done. I had no clue. I watched it. I still watch it. I'm like, I don't see Colin Farrell in that.
When you told me he was in it, I said, no way.
Yeah, it's almost indistinguishable. It's unbelievable. And then this trailer gave us more of the Penguin, which leads me to believe he's going to be a bigger character than I think they're making it out. I think because I just think I don't think he's going to be just a secondary villain. I think he'll run throughout the movie, and that really sets up Penguin. Penguin is like a mob boss of sense.
Yeah, he's like a kingpin.
Yeah, exactly. So he's like their version of Kingpin.
And they made him look like a mob type of dude in the movie.
Yes,
with the trailer.
And with the way he talks, he almost has that, and which is kind of weird because like he has like a Boston accent. Like if you listen to him, like when he's yelling at Batman in the thing, he almost got like a New York Boston accent or something like that. So. Kind of a weird take because like all the Penguins, he's had like a British accent or something like that.
Well, Gotham is supposed to be in New York, right?
Yeah, that's supposed to be its sister city, or that's what it's supposed to be based on. So I get it. So I think I think that's awesome. That's a pretty good pick. He got a lot more lines in this trailer, so we get to see a little bit more. And then
I'll tell you who did not get a line.
I didn't see that. Who didn't get a line
in the trailer? Paul.
Oh, that's Paul Daniels. So we haven't ever seen him talk. He's had his voiceover, so we know that he has kind of a haunting little voice. So like in the trailer, he's the one that's really doing a lot of the dialogue and talking. But we didn't see his voice. I don't know why they're hiding that. That's probably just kind of keep things ominous. It's an interesting take on Riddler. Everything Riddler I've known. The problem is when we think Riddler, I think we think of Jim Carrey. And how insane wacky that was, and this is complete opposite of what that is, like way on the other end.
Me, I was expecting a suit at least, some type of suit.
Yes, with a bunch of question marks on it.
Not just a regular jacket and some jeans, and a ski mask.
Yeah, so they're taking a very real world setting to this, and they're downplaying this and bringing it real visceral, and I like that. So I think Paul Daniels is awesome, by the way. He was in. Little Miss Sunshine, I think that was one of his first breakout roles, but he was also in Looper. I don't know if you ever saw Looper.
Looper?
Yes.
That was a good movie?
Oh, it was excellent. It was it's about time travel. I don't want to spoil too many things.
Okay, yeah.
He played a character named Seth, and he was really, really good in that.
That's what's up.
So I think he's perfect for that. He's got the look. He's got how they framed the Riddler in this movie seems really well done. It's not just goofy ass riddles.
Yeah,
it's a serial killer, very Zodiac killer esque thing. So I think that's a cool way to go with it. So
yeah, like I said, man, this is like a real actual film. This is not just like let's get some bombs going off over here. Let's get this guy flying. These are people really acting in here.
Yeah, this is legit, man. I'm super excited about this.
Real talent.
Yeah, this is and it took about a year of filming. They just wrapped filming in February of 2021, and now they're showing us footage on it and getting ready for a March 4th release. And they have 2 sequels that are planned and 2 spin-off television series in development. So they're putting a lot of eggs in this basket. This has got to be good and successful and critically it's got to hit it. Because they're going to go places with this. This is going to be our new Batman. So,
where do you think DC shows are going to be coming out on? Disney Plus has the Marvel. What do you like, Netflix?
No, it has to be HBO Max. Yeah. Oh, okay. I think that's where they're all right now. I think because it's Warner Brothers. So yeah, I think that's where you're going to find it.
So on your Fame City meter,
yes,
0 being careless, 10 at 10, you're thrilled.
Yeah.
On this second trailer, how do you feel?
Oh my gosh.
Where's your Fame City meter at?
So, Fame City meter, I have to put this solid at a 9. I'm sticking it right at about a 9. So it's not huge, blow me out of the water kind of thing.
I think 9 is pretty.
9's pretty high, yeah.
Yeah, blow me out of the water.
I'll give it credit. I think it was excellent. I love the tone of it, and I love the visuals, the big car chase at the end, and his walk with the red. I think it's gonna be just badass, man. And I would say it was like an 8.5, and then that shot of them shooting him in the chest.
It just kept going, and the light was
like the freaking Terminator. That was great. And probably pure comic book haters, they just hate that, but I loved it. I thought it was awesome. So yeah, I give it a solid 9. What about you? What about the worth?
I'm gonna have to hit you with a 9 too, man.
Yeah. I think we're both on the same page. We both had the same reaction. We think it was awesome.
Yeah. So the first trailer was pretty good. I liked it. This one right here exceeded it, man. It was really cool, man.
So check it out. Like, believe me, we are superhero fans. We are superhero movie fans. So it's not always about Marvel. If DC has great things to offer, we're all about it. So go check out the movie, support it. I think it's going to be amazing. And I guess we'll see you in a couple months when we can give you a review on it. Until we get another trailer. Yeah. But yeah, go check it out. I think it's going to be awesome, guys.